So at the hospital, the nurse comes in and they're like checking my leg. I'm like, listen, I didn't hurt my leg. I just needed a ride here. My son was SA'd by his dad. I need an exam. And they're like, we have a nurse who specializes in SA. She's gonna come in here and like help you. So she comes in and she has another like nurse with her, and she's like, well, we have to call the police, and like, please don't, like, this is like, call CPS do, because I'm dealing with weird stuff with the police. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention when the 5 different police cars showed up in my house, they were like, oh, it's because you called 911 so many times. I'm like, okay. And they were like, oh, well, can we go and like lock your door, like lock your house up for you? Because I couldn't even remember, like I was so out of it that I was like, I might have left my front door open. So I'm in the ambulance, like, and they're talking to me through like the open door, and they're like, oh yeah, we need to like lock your house up, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know if my front door was still open or not. I don't know. So my son like doesn't get into the details yet. They're like, we're gonna call the police, we're gonna start doing exams. But then the nurse starts acting weird. She's like, yeah, we're gonna get a watcher to come sit in the room with you because we don't want anybody to come in or out. And I'm like, we can't leave, that's weird. But, and I'm like, you're not sitting somebody in the room with us like during this. This is a lot for my like 9-year-old son. We're not having somebody in the room with us. And she was like, no. I'm like, no, we're not, unless you can show me in writing that has to happen. She's like, fine, I'm gonna have somebody outside the door. And I'm like, that's fine. And then she's like asking my son if he wants food, and he's like, sure. And she's like, okay, come with me. And I'm like, okay, look, we're going. And she's like, you can't come. And I'm like, you have a 9-year-old boy in here for this reason, and you're telling him he can't, like, I can't go with him? That's weird. No, he's not going. So then she's like, unless I go. And then she's like, no, well, I'll just bring snacks in. So like, whatever she has going on is weird. Ashton, don't eat anything she gives you. He's like, no, you're right. She's acting real weird. Some random nurse comes in who's about to come, like, take his blood or something. For these exams, except she doesn't do anything. She starts looking, cause I have like my phones, and she's looking, and my son's like, that's weird. And then the watcher's like, you're in the wrong room, you're not even supposed to be in this room, to this nurse. And she's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. A police officer comes in, and I make the mistake of telling him everything. And the first thing is, he's like, so doesn't your leg hurt? What happened to your leg? And again, that's a giveaway, because it's like, I just told you my 9-year-old was SA'd, and you're asking like, oh, so you lied about your leg being hurt to get here? Because I even like showed him videos. And, like, I have videos of these cops. Like, these are the people who came, and these are the people who called me a liar. These are the people who came to my house after like something's going on. I don't know what. And he's like, oh, I know them. Oh, so your leg doesn't hurt? Oh, do you have mental issues? No. I'm here for my son being SA'd. And my son's like even piping up and saying, my mom tried to call 911. My mom tried to get us help, and they didn't care. They wouldn't help. My 9-year-old is telling the police officer, and he's telling him this. And then, well, it's the sheriff, and he like goes out and he's like, oh, the head sheriff, whatever they're called. He's like, he's here because this is an SA case, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that seems weird, but okay. So he leaves for like 10 minutes. And right before he walks back in, and I like asked the nurse, like, hey, are you calling CPS? They never come. They never came, by the way. So as the other cop's about to come back in, the other sheriff's about to come back in, the like head sheriff who came, because it's an SA case, he walks by, we make eye contact, and I hear him say like, I don't care, I just want the kid. I was like, that's weird. And then as soon as he says that, the other one comes in, and he's holding papers, but he's holding like, I know I see yellow highlights, like typed words and like yellow highlights. And he's like, ma'am, I really hate to do this, but we're gonna put you on emergency psych hold. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, I really hate to do this now, but you have to go to the mental health wing. And like, I'm not leaving my son. Do you know what I'm in here for? Like, we've already told you why we're here. And he's like, yeah, like, your son's been through enough. You either leave willingly, or I put you in cuffs in front of him. and my son's crying and screaming like, don't take my mom, don't take my mom. Then I'm getting irate because I'm like, I am here trying to protect my son and you're doing this and you're trying to act like I did something and you can't even tell me like what's going on. And he's like, yeah, I have the papers here. But again, these aren't court papers. These are very much like you just grab papers off a desk that had like yellow highlighting on everything. I saw it. And so we walk out of the room because I'm like, I'm not going to have him handcuff me in front of my son because that's going to be traumatic. So I'm like, I just got to go. And the security guard who works at the hospital is not like a police. She's like, hold on, what are you doing? Why are you taking her? She never did anything. She's been calm and quiet and peaceful this whole time. What's happening? So I'm crying. I'm like, they're doing something weird. Like, don't let them take my son. I don't know what's going on. So she's like, no, I don't know what y'all have going on. I'm having one of my staff members sit with her son in the waiting room. Like, nope, y'all aren't going to do anything weird. So I'm like, thank God, thank God. And then she comes like to the room. They like walk me to the mental health wing, and she comes in the room and she's like, listen, like just be, she's a black woman. She's like, just be cool. Like they already want to say that you're a problem. Don't be like emotional. Just stay like calm, cool, collected, and we'll get you out of here. And I'm like, okay, just make sure my son's good. She's like, no, we're fine. Hours and hours and hours pass by. Then I hear that my son's gone. Somebody took my son. They're like, oh, a family member came and got him. What family member? Oh, we're not really sure. Was it his dad or my dad? Who was it? We don't really know. Nobody would tell me. I forgot how I found out. I can't remember who told me. Somebody ended up telling me it was his dad. So my son had just disclosed SA. A police officer, 2 nurses heard a 9-year-old boy out of his own mouth say it, and then turned around and handed him back to his abuser and put me in a mental health wing. So when you get put, when people like petition to have you get put on mental health hold, you have to get like evaluated in the hospital before they send you to a mental health hospital. Here's the thing, 2 different people were supposed to evaluate me. 2 different people signed off saying that they did evaluate me. I never spoke to either one of those people. No, either one. The only person who evaluated me was via Zoom. It was some man with a very foreign name. I just remember the first name and the last name both started with B. He was on Zoom. And because I remember like, that's a weird name and it's weird that it's like B and B. And a caseworker at the hospital like asked me everything that was going on, but caseworkers aren't evaluators. So 2 people signed off and said that I was homicidal or suicidal, or maybe and, not even or, like I want to do both, but like that's not true and was never true, ever. So the caseworker's like, yeah, no, we're gonna take you. And the guy on Zoom, I tell him why I'm there, and he's like, what you're talking about is legal matters. We're talking about your mental health, and you're being delusional and just making stuff up. And I'm like, that's one and the same. If what I'm saying happened is a legal matter and it really happened, that means I'm neither paranoid or delusional. And he's like, we're not here to debate that. We'll let the police investigate that. We're worried about you being paranoid and delusional. I'm like, if the police investigate it and it's true, would that not mean that I am neither paranoid or delusional, that it really happened? And that my son was really here and really told them it happened? Like something's going on. So I get sent to the mental hospital.